Alright guys, so I decided to do Mavis for you guys. If you haven't seen Hotel Transylvania, you definitely have to. It's an amazing movie, and Elena is obsessed with it. She's literally watched it about 10 times in the last week, so that's what gave me the idea to actually do Mavis for you guys. Plus, Hotel Transylvania 2 just came out, and so I thought it'd be a really good, fun idea for a Halloween tutorial. So, as you guys can see, I am putting like a white foundation on my skin. It's not like white, it's actually just a really, really pale foundation, and I feel like it looks just a little bit more natural. And then I blended it down to my neck so it looked even, and then I'm setting it with a translucent powder. This is the e.l.f. translucent powder, and I feel like it works really, really well to make the skin look really even and not splotchy. Now I'm taking a really cool brown bronzer. You could also use kind of a grayish brown from like an eyeshadow palette if you want to do that. Because you're going so pale and you kind of want to look like a vampire, I recommend going with a cooler tone. And I'm just doing that in my, cheekbones, my temples, and also on my jawline. Now I'm just taking a black eyeshadow and an angle brush, and I'm just going to do like really thin eyebrows. And I noticed that Mavis has really flat eyebrows, so I tried to accentuate my own flat eyebrows and create more of just like a straight across, really thin type of look. Alright, so now I'm taking a matte reddish orange shade from my Coastal Scents palette, and I'm just going to blend that into the crease. And I just want it to be extremely blended. I kind of want it to just be like a wash of orange. And then I'm going to apply it to my lower lash line as well, but I want to carry it pretty far down because I kind of want it to look like black is kind of fading into orange. So just really make it blended and just use really fluffy brushes, and you should get the look you're going for. Because Mavis didn't have extremely black eyeshadow on, I decided to go with like a gray tone. So you're just going to blend it on the lid and really blend it so it's a nice charcoal gray color and kind of go up into the crease area. You don't want to blend too high though, so if you do blend a little bit too high, you can add just a little bit more orange just to make sure the orange is peeking out of the top and bottom. Don't forget to blend that charcoal shade onto the bottom lash line as well. You really want to make this blended and kind of make it look like you have really prominent lash lines, so don't be afraid to go a little crazy with it. So as you can see here, I'm just lining my waterline with a really dark coal black eyeliner, and I went over this many times because I really wanted it to be nice and dark. And then I'm going in with a liquid liner on my top lash line, and you really want to make sure that you accentuate the roundness of your eyes because Mavis has really big round eyes, so you can make the line really, really thick, and that's really going to accentuate the roundness of your eyes. I added a little tiny wing on the outer corner. You don't have to do that if you already have pretty almond shaped eyes, but I feel like it just kind of accentuates my eyes a little bit better. I just didn't want to make it too long. Now I'm applying eyelashes. These are Esquito, I think is how you pronounce it, and I just trimmed them up a little bit and applied them to the outer part of my top lash line, and I think it just kind of finishes off the look a little bit and makes it look a little bit more dramatic, but I didn't want to go too crazy with eyelashes because Mavis doesn't really have long eyelashes. So now I'm just taking more of that white foundation and I'm just kind of highlighting certain areas of my face just to kind of even everything out again, and just kind of highlighting that middle part of my face as you would like regular foundation. Okay, so for the lips, we're actually going to draw on a different shape. So you want to conceal all of your lips, and you kind of want to stretch your lips out a little bit to get all the wrinkles because I have really wrinkly lips. And then you want to set it with powder just to make sure the concealer doesn't go anywhere. So as you can see, I have pretty large lips, and so I wanted to make sure I did my lips a lot thinner. So I just lined on the inner part of my lips and made the top lip a lot smaller than the bottom, just because that's kind of how her lips are in the movie. And then I'm taking the same light toned foundation and just going around my lips just to kind of finish it off and make them look nice and sharp. Now I'm just pinning my hair. My wig didn't come with a wig cap, so I had to use bobby pins. So as you can see, I'm just bobby pinning around like my hairline, and I'm gonna do really loose braids, and I'm just gonna kind of fold them over like you would milk braids or milkmaid braids or whatever. And so I'm just wrapping it over. You don't want the braids to be too tight. You want to keep them really flat and really loose. And I'm just bobby pinning them on top of my head, and then I'm just going to slip the wig over the top. And this is one of those really cheap wigs that you get at like Walmart, and so I had to do my best with it, but I feel like I did pretty good. So I'm just bobby pinning that behind my ears, and that's how Mavis wears it in the movie. And then I'm gonna fix the bangs so it kind of does a point shape down my nose, if that makes sense, kind of like a vampire would be. And that is pretty much it for Mavis's hairstyle. That is it, guys, for my Mavis tutorial. I hope you liked this, and let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed that movie, because I freaking loved it. It's one of my new favorite movies. So don't forget to check out my Halloween playlist. The link will be in the lower bar, and also don't forget to check out my vlog channel and also my last video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!